Hello to the mighty Southland. Welcome to this week's Division Manager Message. And I need you to indulge me for a little bit today. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to work on promoting and covering the entire Cutco Chronicles, which is our weekly newsletter. Some of you might be pretty new and you don't even know where to find this, but if you go to Vector Connect and you check under something called the library, okay, and in the library, there's audio library, video library, and there is a document library. If you look at the document library, each week on Tuesdays, we publish this newsletter, and this newsletter recognizes all kinds of things. And here's one of the things I love about the company. Well, I love so many things about our company, but I love the fact that we take the time to actually do this, right? To recognize people for their performance in all types of categories. And when you start to study the newsletter each week, you start to recognize that there is a place for you here, because there's categories of people that are performing at super high levels, like unimaginable for a lot of us. And then there's levels for just people who are super part-time. And it's just awesome that there's things that people can shoot for in this company that are based on consistency. There are things they can shoot for based on short-term goals, long-term goals. And it's just awesome, right? And people that have worked for Cutco for 4 years throughout college, or even a couple of years throughout college, maybe some of them were managers for a few years, and they go on to pursue their dream jobs or their dream careers if they're not in the Cutco business. And one of the things that I hear over and over and over and over again is, man, I wish my company did something like the newsletter or had weekly team meetings where they recognized a lot of the positive things that are going on. This is just a common theme. In fact, we had a fellow named Tony Del Mercado who owns a big digital marketing company. They have employees in 41 different states. Hawk Media. There's a podcast episode interviewing Tony. Tony's really great, but he just recently called and was asking, like, how do you what are some ideas on creating retention and how to create better culture and all that type of thing? And basically, he was just reminded of all these really cool things that we do in the Cutco business. And it's like, yes, I can implement that. I can do this. I can create a key staff where I meet once a month with the top 20%, with the top 20 employees across the company. Anyway, there's so many things that Vector does so great. And most of you, this might be a brand new job for you, and you don't even recognize because you have nothing really to compare to. But anyway, pretty positive. So let me jump into this newsletter here. Okay. The newsletter, it comes out, and I skipped the first page, which talks about the President's Club. I'm going to give you some stats on the President's Club here in a minute, but I wanted to just go through and let you see this. So the first page of the newsletter, basically, let me get myself out of the way just a little bit. First page recognizes like the top certain number of people in certain categories, right? So this is the top 15 reps, okay? And then they put the person's name up here, the top rep who's not a CSP, all right, in here. So you see Chris Irish is right here. He's a senior field sales manager, but not yet a CSP. So his name makes it in there. We had some good representation from Southland. Look at Ben Cooper, by the way, full-time college student, mind you, $14,261 for the week. Now, Ben's been a rep with us for come up on 4 years, I guess. And he's trying to make sure he earns himself another college scholarship, which we'll cover that in the newsletter a little bit later on. It always lists who had the most reps on the newsletter. Hey, congratulations, Anaheim, most reps on the newsletter. Nice work. It recognizes top CSPs, top assistant managers. There's Ben again, top people who are PRs, personal recruits. And then here's the team builder, Brad Ramos, top box. I love it when we have Southland people in the top box. 9 personal recruits, people that he's recommended to the job that have started the job this spring only. Caroline Patterson at 7, Capenna at 6, and Jocelyn Castaneda at 6 also. So we dominate this. We got the 4 out of the top 5. Oh, geez, Trevor McCurry, that's Huntington Beach. We got 5 out of the top 5. I don't even know why, Trevor. Apologize. I don't know why I did not have you marked there. But super. Look at that, you guys. Congratulations. That's awesome. And then right over here, we've got, this is the PR teams, which not just how many, but how much that team has sold, okay, which is really cool. And you can win a scholarship based on this as well. I'll cover that. It's later covered in the newsletter later, but Capenna is in here at 41,000. Very nice. Brad Ramos and also Miles Jones. So good representation in that category as well. Check it out. We've got, this is the top teams, right? Kaval Patel led the way as far as veteran district manager teams. So good work there. Also, as far as district teams, which right now is just the West LA office, but pretty soon it's going to include Josh Urbieta and Ryan Borden when they open their branch offices. So it's going to include all three of those offices combined. Southland was in the top 3 divisions. And then sometimes they have these little quotes. I love this one. It's right here, right? You see it? The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Love that. Positive wisdom. This it talks about, and you see right here, you see Leah, you see Kum Hui Pak, you see Francine. This is basically all reps that are over 750 for the week. Okay. Down at the bottom, you see below me, you see Dorothy Dunn over there. Right over here, you see Sebastian, a little up over 1,000. You got Fernie here. You got Sally here, Hara, Deli, and Lily. So super awesome job, guys. Just get over 750. You make it onto the newsletter. This is the string page. My favorite of all the promotions, one of my top 2 or 3 promotions is the strings, right? Number of weeks that someone can consistently put up over a certain dollar amount. Like here's over here, you see the $5,000 pace setter string. Deanna Scortino has 133 weeks over 5,000. Okay. That's phenomenal. Michael Master has 4 weeks over 5,000 is pretty good. Okay. You can see, we've got the 4,000 pace setter up here, Michael and Leah in that one. Got the 3,000 pace setter here. We got Leah, Michael, and Francine. And then right here, you see the Leah and Francine and Michael all in the $2,000 pace setter as well. Pretty impressive numbers up here, by the way. Michael Southard, I know he's not in our division or anything, but look at this, 372 weeks, at least at 2,000. That's pretty spectacular. My favorite string though, because this is the one that anybody can do, even if they're part-time or super part-time, is getting over 1,000. Just get that string going over 1,000. We got Dorothy with a couple. We got up here, you can see, oops, am I doing it the wrong way? Yeah, there we go. It's a mirror image for me. We got Michael and Leah over 800 weeks in a row. You got to be kidding me. But here's the one I'm most excited about right now. Sebastian, 10. Okay. The first time someone gets 10 weeks in a row over 1,000, that means I'm taking you to dinner. Okay. You've just earned the spot at the next VIP dinner that we do. I like to wait until we have, a few winners. 10K, someone gets over 10,000 in their fast start, they're automatically in. Someone does $10,000 in a push period, they're automatically in. So I'm stoked about the next VIP dinner. Sebastian, you just earned your spot. So that's going to be pretty dang cool. And then we got promotions. Congrats for Kiana, Deanna De La Rosa, Clement, Fernie, and also Deanna, knocking out 2 promotions on the same week. That's pretty nice. And then we've got Fernie doing the same thing. Way to go, Fernie. And also Jacob Richardson knocking out their advisor promotions, getting up to that 25% level. So every time you get a promotion, you guys, it gets recognized on the newsletter. And then of course we've got the grand days, right? The grand days is another one of my favorite things. All you got to do is have $1,000 in a day. Then you go to Vector Connect, and your manager can help you with this, but you go to Vector Connect and you click on my account. Let's see what's right here. You click on my account. Okay, right. And then you click on personal reports, and then you click on something called grand days. And all it's going to ask you, it knows your name. It just says, how much CPO did you have? How many demos did you do? And then what was your CPO? Okay. Actually, it might ask you for your number of sales, how many sales you had, right? And then all you do is you just put that in there, and it'll keep track for how many that you have. And look at these. There's some people here with 60, who's that? Tommy Keelan with 66, 67, 68, and 69. He had 4 grand days last week. We had Leah that had a couple. 11, she's 1196. She's almost to 1,200 times that she sold at least $1,000 in a day. So, and I know some of you guys have had grand days and you probably forgot or didn't even know to do this. So go back and work with your manager and say, hey, I think I've sold more than 1,000 CPO in a day. And if you have, let's go back and get this thing caught up, right? It doesn't matter if it's a week behind or 2 weeks behind. It doesn't affect the weekly reporting, but we do want to keep track of your grand days, because it's pretty cool. When you hit like 10 grand days, that's like a milestone. Then you hit 50 and you're like, oh, 50 times, then it's 100, and then on and on. It's just pretty cool to be able to keep track of that. This is the All-American Scholarship Race. Okay. I mentioned earlier, Ben Cooper. You see Big Benny here. He is from the West LA, University of California, Los Angeles. And he's at 61,000 for the campaign. And I'm not sure if that includes the 14,000. That doesn't include the 14,000 he just sold this week. So he's going to see himself bump up. Right now, he's currently at the number 2 spot. I think he's about 10,000 behind. So he might be able to squeeze in that number 1 spot. I would not want to be competing. Ben Cooper is a very competitive person. I don't want to compete with him if I'm trying to be the number 1 All-American. My money is on Ben to do it, even though he's not in the lead as of yet. Well, he may be, depending on what happens. But these last 2-3 weeks, And that's what's great, you guys. When you're close to winning a contest, there's a certain sense of urgency. There's a certain sense that there's a fire that kind of starts burning in your soul. And you find yourself doing things that you would never have done if you weren't close to winning a contest. That's why these contests are really important. Find something that you can focus on, right? Sebastian, look at that. Sebastian right there. Nice job. His first full campaign to be able to compete. Currently number 26. There's the number 26. You got to be number 25, Sebastian. Make it to number 25 and you make it into that top 25 and you actually earn your own scholarship and your picture gets put in the brochure. Pretty dang awesome. And then Eileen Green, the homemaker queen, I see down here as well at 15,000. Eileen, look, I wouldn't count you out of it, right? Two or three good weeks. Now, the number one, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, they're going to be knocking out to try to be number one. They're going to be knocking out big 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, maybe $20,000 weeks. Okay. And some of you guys like 20,000 in a week. Geez, I've only sold 2,000. I get it. Okay. But you might get yourself to that place at some point. Most people, when they're new, they never imagine themselves being the ones that can do those big numbers, but they obviously people are doing it. But Eileen, I'll tell you, you got a chance to make that happen. And some of you guys, you know, you don't have much of a chance to do it now, but I can tell you what you will have a chance to do is build momentum and compete in the summer, because this starts over in about 3 weeks. Okay. Yeah. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks coming up. And then the team builder competition is right here. And I mentioned that Capenna is currently at number 7 in the nation. And as long as you're in the top 10, you're a scholarship winner in the nation. Okay. It's not a huge scholarship. You can see it's down here, $250 if you're number 4 through 10. But hey, go ahead and try. How about get to that number 3 spot, right? I don't know what the number is, but there's a standings that Callista can show you. And you can, you know, heck, who knows? Maybe you can move your way up that list by inspiring the people that you've PR'd, you've told about the job to do big things. All right, last couple of pages. This is the President's Club. Okay, the President's Club. What is it? President's Club is a cool letter of recommendation you get from the president, hand signed by the president of the company, and a really cool certificate that you can mount in a frame, put on a wall. It looks great on an office. It's just you can make copies of it and put it in resume or applications to grad school, all kinds of places that these things can come in really handy. Here's the people that have already won from the Anaheim team. You see all the names right there. A lot of our veterans, but also we got new people like Jocelyn in there, which is good to see. We've got some veterans from Downey, Huntington Beach. Look at all these new folks. Alec, Irene, Capenna, Cass, Mackenzie, and Olive all knocking out President's Club already, which is pretty cool. Got Baron Fernie there, plus a couple of veterans. Up over here, we've got Hunter. You see Hunter there from Santa Monica. And then right here, Ben and Sebastian from West LA. I think I got them all. But as exciting as that list is, all these great winners, what's more exciting to me is the people that are close, right? And so they make a list of people that let you know how close you are. So this is what gets you fired up. All you gotta do is take this, print this out, and show it to your customers, or at least make a digital copy and show it to your customers on your demos. And they'll let them know that every little bit that they buy from you really helps you earn this President's Club. And just tell them what the President's Club is and why you're trying to earn it. And people will give you more recommendations and they'll buy more from you because they want to help you hit those things. And don't feel bad that they buy more. Feel great because they're the ones that benefit. Keep in mind that when people buy Cutco, they might be doing it because they feel like they're helping us out. But 40 years from now, they may or may not even remember. They might, some college student, I think they were trying to get a scholarship, but they remember how good those knives are and they've been using them, and they benefit significantly more by buying Cutco than we benefit from selling them Cutco. Now we benefit a lot from the experience of selling Cutco. That's a whole different ballgame. Anyway, Josh is $18 away, 18 CPO. Okay. I will cut off your toe. No, should I say that? Don't look, sometimes I joke. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out. I'm not gonna cut off your toe, Josh. Josh, just win it. Okay, there you go. How about that? Felipe, $500. Felipe, come on, $500, 500 CPO. Deanna, only 681. All right, anybody on this list is close. Grace, Monique, Rudy. We got Julianne, Grant, Jacob, Luke, Alec, Caroline. Come on, Caroline, you got this. Josh. Ace Pro, come on, Ace Pro, you know you got this. You don't even have to try. Deli's in there. We got Bruckner, we got Griffin. I'm over here now. Kiana, Gabriel, Tom Foster. Tom, dude, you can do this. I know you can. Clement and Micah. So we got a lot of people within striking distance. I know it says 2,600, but look, that's a homemaker and a small order, two weeks in a row. Okay, the next 2 weeks. That's all it takes to be able to get you there. Okay, so make this happen, you guys. And that's the newsletter. Last thing is, of course, I will leave you with looking at our Southland core values. And I like to put myself right here. It looks like I've got a big, aura over my head, or a headdress, Native American headdress. I don't know what that is. But I'll leave you with this. Listen, I don't want you to just think about it. I don't want you to just talk about it. I want you to be about it. See ya.